Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are here with your boy F and Dell on another episode of the Let's Be Real podcast. I'm your boy F.
And this is Dell. How's everybody doing?
Not too bad, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So it's another day, another week. Just here to pod with our followers and talk about a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you know, we'll get something good in here. So, what do you want to talk about today?
Um, Honestly, this damn heat, it is brutal out here. It ain't summer to even start yet.
Listen, man, I'm not going to complain about it because I don't like the cold like that. So, when
You
the
gonna
weather's
take it?
nice,
Man, this is death.
it,
This is death out here.
it hasn't reached that level yet.
Oh boy.
You better be grateful now because when there's 10 feet of snow,
We don't get snow no more.
I
It's global warming, man. You ever heard?
guess.
Nah, but on a serious note, I, I've been having this Well, I didn't not me per se, but I've been hearing this conversation as to you know something that I never really thought about,
Hmm,
and I keep hearing is what's a good first date?
what's a good first date? Um, I mean, it all depends. I don't think it has to be too serious. You can do something like, um, a lunch. Some people like to do coffee to get a feel for the person so they don't waste each other's time. And I guess some people expect you to, have dinner and so you can have a longer chat.
I would think a coffee date is a great first date.
Hmm.
And I see a lot of women say that's cheap. That's crazy. That's a horrible place for a first date.
Mm. Well, I mean, I guess that depends on the woman that you're dating. Because, I mean, and the person that you're dating. Because some people may feel that they're obligated to dinner or lunch, or it has to cost a certain amount. And to me personally, that doesn't really matter. The reason why, if you're actually dating for the right reasons, well, if you're dating, it depends. Well, let me say this: it depends on why you're dating. If you're dating just to date, then you may not care too much to get to know the other person. But if you're dating to really get to know the person, you might want to spend a longer time.
No, I can say for me with my significant other when maybe it's a generational type thing because I remember for me, our first date was Taco Bell.
Mm,
And I'm like, that was a big deal back in the day.
Taco Bell was a big thing back in the day.
I mean, in our time, taking someone out to Taco Bell, that was like the height of fast food.
I don't know what times you were growing up in, but I, I I
but
never thought that.
but then I remember our most memorable date
Hmm.
was literally going for a walk to the beach
Yeah.
and just talking. Went and stopped, got ice cream, and I don't even know if we ate that day. It was literally just a walk,
Mm.
and we walked to the beach, sat in the beach, watched the boats go by.
And what made that moment so great for you?
It was simplistic. I don't know. I like the simple.
Mm.
I feel as if going out for coffee or a picnic
Hmm.
is a perfect intimate type of first date where you can just focus on the other person to try to get to know that person.
Right. Um, I don't think that's a bad idea, but some people may say, for a first date, that's a little too intimate having a picnic. And then what if you're on a date with somebody and you want to, you're just trying to get to know them. And then you realize 10 minutes in, like, I don't want to be here.
Leave.
Yeah, but a picnic feels like a little bit more of a commitment. Like I know that would be like the ideal thing, but you might find a dude who's crazy. Look at what I did for you. I put the blanket out with the checkers and everything. I got the basket, and you're gonna just leave? Like,
I don't know, man. I feel as if you think that's too, if you think a picnic is beneath you, then you're probably not the right person for me because like first dates aren't supposed to, in my mind at least. First dates should just be a get to know. You
mhm,
know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't think a first date should be where we're discussing our life. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So what's more simplistic than a coffee date or going out for ice cream or just going for a walk, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a bad date. I think it would be a good way to actually get to know someone. I just don't know if everybody would feel comfortable doing that. I think some people may want something, where there's more eyes and more of a formal setting. But
So in that case, that's showing me that you don't really care for me. You're just really out there to see what other people think in a way.
no, no. I mean, for a woman, more eyes meaning she has protection. I'm meeting you and going out with you for the first day. I don't know if you're crazy or you're gonna try to like scoop me up and throw me in your.
Okay, I mean I can see that, but what do you think about a coffee date for a first date?
I don't think there's an issue with a coffee date. I think if you really go with the right intentions to really feel someone out and get to know them, you can stop yourself from wasting a lot of time.
I've seen women say that's too simple.
Might be too simple for them. Maybe it doesn't work. I mean, I've never done a straight up coffee date, but I don't see a problem with one. You can make it fun, grab coffee, maybe play a board game or whatever, just talk and see what comes out of it.
I think a simple conversation with a coffee date is the best thing because it's inexpensive one,
Hmm.
and two, it's in an intimate type of setting where just think about it. If you're going for a job nowadays or something like that,
Hmm.
where do they meet you? Coffee house.
Yeah.
You know, what's the easiest way to get to know somebody? It's in a public setting, so your
Yeah.
safety is pretty much guaranteed. But you're in a coffee house where, I mean, unless you're some crazy coffee drinker, I mean, it's a perfect climate where you can get to really know somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good spot to get to know people, but some people may argue and say, oh, if that's all you're willing to spend on me and that's all I'm worth to you, then I don't want to date somebody who's just going to treat me to a coffee date. What do you say to that?
I say to that is, I dodged a fucking bullet because not for nothing, if what how much you spend on a date depicts the kind of person that I am to you,
Hmm.
you're not for me. Because at the end of the day, what are you here for? Like I'm not here for you to waste my money and my time.
Right.
I'm here to try to see if we can build something together. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But if you're going into a first date to see how much, and this is one of the things I wanted to ask you too is, does how much you spend on a first date matter?
Is how much you spend. I don't feel it should if you're going for the right reason. But like I said, everybody's different. There might be a girl who, that's their reason they want to know how much money you have, and a guy who's okay with that, as long as he gets a girl that's going to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe she doesn't talk too much, she stays in the house, does all the cleaning and stuff. As long as he has a pretty thing on his arm, he's okay with having that, and vice versa. So I guess you just got to find who you're trying to match with. And the dudes that are dating, going out, just got to know, like, to look for the signs. And the girls too, if that's what you want, they already know what they're looking for if that's what they want. So,
I feel like the money in a relationship thing is more of a women thing. Don't hate me, ladies. I'm just saying.
mm,
Because I know for me, if I'm going into something, I'm looking at it as I can take care of my damn self. I don't need a woman to take care of me. You know what I mean?
hmm,
I feel as if I know what I can bring to a table, but is that necessarily what I'm going to show on the first date? No. Is that necessarily what I'm going to show early in a relationship? No.
Hmm.
I want somebody that's going to be there for me. And I feel as if you're going into a dating situation expecting to know a person's finances or wanting to know a person's finances, or if this person takes me to this type of restaurant for a first date.
Hmm.
I don't really think that then you're going into it for the wrong reasons, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that's not true love if you're looking at me for how much I'm spending on you and what I'm buying for you and that type of stuff.
Yeah, because I'm okay for a first date going to a diner.
Hmm.
You know, I think more of like memories instead of materialistic bullshit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's materialistic bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what is that gonna really do for you if I buy you all the finest things, but I whoop your ass?
Mm. Well, I mean, I think what you're saying is real. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter where we go on a date, what as long as I can have a good conversation with you. If you're funny, then that's a plus. If, you know, things flow easily around each other, that's a plus. And if I ask you a few questions and I see maybe, you got some good values, a good heart, and, we can have a good time easily around each other, that's all that really matters. You may need a couple dates to really scope everything out, but those are what you should be really finding out. And
So, how many dates or how long do you think in a relationship should money stay off the table? Because I don't know. I've heard a lot of women say, I kind of really want to know what your finances look like from the beginning because I don't want to waste my time.
I mean, that's a good question, but I think it depends on the people that are in it again. Like some people that's really important. Some people, they like having other good qualities in people, but money is also important to them. So they're like, if you're not making this much, I'm not even gonna bother. I mean, is that how I operate? No. Do I think that's right? I mean, it's all subjective. If that's what you want and you find somebody who's okay with that, then go for it. There's different types of love. I'm not going to dictate to you how you love somebody, but that's not how I operate. That's all.
I don't think you should go into a relationship asking anything about money. That shit should not matter
Mm-hmm.
until we get to that point where we're wanting to live together or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It doesn't matter what the fuck you make, and it shouldn't matter what the hell I make. That should be irrelevant to me at that point.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not, if we don't, if now we come to a decision, we're saying, all right, we're a year in, 6 months, 7, 8 months in,
Mm-hmm.
and we said, hey, I think we should take that step and move in together.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel as if the conversation should start to come about, you know, how that's gonna work. Is it gonna be a 50-50 type of relationship, or is it gonna be a 80-20 or 100% one way, one or the other?
I don't know if I agree with that because 6 months is to a year. I mean, that's not super long, but that's a quite amount of long enough time for you to figure out, you know,
If you want to live
especially
with someone.
especially if money is one of your things, then you kind of want to know that pretty soon because you don't want to get down the line and feel like, oh, he or she doesn't want to work, and you've been spending time 6 months to a year with this person. So,
But should money really matter? If that person does everything you want, is there for you, no matter what, you're mentally able to connect with this person. You're physically able to connect with that person. Should money really matter?
I mean, that's a question for each individual because some people are not going to be okay with her contributing zero or him contributing zero.
Okay, but there's also different types of contribution into a relationship. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't think money really should matter.
I think at some point it's gonna matter, depending on it. It depends on a lot of factors. Like if I'm rich, balling out of control, then it doesn't matter to me. But if I'm looking for somebody in the future to, contribute some amount, we probably should have a talk about that and get to know that early on so that if you're not willing to do that, let's just wipe it off the plate right now.
All right, so you have a good girl, a good woman. Sorry, ladies. Right? You have a good job. She doesn't make as much,
Hmm.
but she cooks, she cleans. She just can't put up half the money for the bills, but she does everything else. That should matter.
I am saying to me that might not matter, but to some people that is, right there at the door. I'm not even going to open the door for you. So that's why I say it all depends on the person. For you, you might not care. You might be like, she does all that. That's fine. To somebody else, you might be like, nah, you got to come up out the pocket. Like, you got to give something. I mean, it's all like, that's why I said the people who feel like that, they got to find each other. I don't think there's really a right or a wrong. I just know what I would want, and you know what you want. And that person knows what they want too.
I don't know, man. I just feel like that money situation is it's only should be a top. I don't know. I feel like that's a topic that you gotta have when you're looking into moving in together because before that, it shouldn't really matter.
I feel like before that even happens, y'all gonna be scoping each other out already and be like, okay, she drives this, she lives here. I can kind of guess what she's
No,
making.
the hell you can't.
She does this, she pays for that. I'm getting an idea. I'm not saying you know, but people are not stupid. We look at stuff and we're trying to, piece together. Okay, he has a bookshelf over there. Maybe he likes books. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Okay, she likes some expensive bags. Well, she got money from somewhere. She got money somehow. Like we're constantly always looking. So whether you know it or not, you're piecing. You're sizing somebody up.
I mean, I guess you could look at it that way, but I don't know, man. I don't like the way the car someone drives and the way they present
All
her.
right, let me give you this. You got a girl. You're dating her. You go to her house. You see on her shelves she has 10 Birkin bags or some Balmain, maybe something, whatever. You're gonna be like, oh, hold up, she got money. You know, that's not gonna cross your mind. Either you're gonna think she got money, or you're gonna be like,
She
if
full
she,
of
if
shit.
she don't got money, where's she getting all these bags from? Who's paying for this?
I don't know. I think the first time I go to her house, I kind of want to see what her bathroom and the kitchen look like.
Yeah, I get that. But if you just happen to see a $20,000 bags right there on, you're gonna be like, hold up, what is she doing?
I mean, I guess that's true, but I don't know. I'm not really looking at. I don't know. I feel like I'm more the type where I know as long as I can take care of me, I don't really give a shit about what you're doing or bringing
Hmm.
unless we are in a position where we're trying to do things together. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So all right, we're trying to either rent an apartment or buy a house or do something where we're gonna be cohabitating together. Before I don't really give a shit what you got or what you do.
Yeah.
Now, if we comes down to it where we're trying to move in together, and we're like, all right, cool. Well, we're gonna split the bills half and half, or I'm gonna cover this and you're gonna cover that, and I'm like, all right,
I
this
mean,
is gonna be X amount of dollars, and you tell him you struggling to come up with half of that.
mhm.
Now we start really divulging into the money because sometimes it could just be that person's horrible with money.
Yeah, but you waited all that time until y'all moved in to figure that out? I wanna know that within the first week of dating you, Imma
That's
watch you.
crazy.
Imma watch you,
That's
like,
crazy though.
Imma be like, "Alright, she drive this car, she got this bag, she got this jacket," or whatever. Like, I'm not, like, looking, but I'm noticing because that's what I do. I notice things. So if I see you walking, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Those are nice shoes. Those are nice glasses. Oh, yeah, she likes the finer things. So maybe she has a job where she can afford it, or maybe she's just really bad at spending, and that's you want to. Once you have that question, you want to know right now,
But that
not when you
early,
move in.
that
I
early.
get it out the way. Why are we
That's
waiting
that's
for?
crazy to me.
So we could get on to the next if it
That's
doesn't work.
crazy. That's
You rather
absolutely
waste
nuts.
somebody's time? Well, I don't think it'll
I
be a
don't think
waste
it's a
of
waste of
time,
time
but
though. But you could vibe with a person, and that person just doesn't really. They never might have had that app that what do you call it? What the fuck is the word I'm looking for? They didn't have that person with that upbringing where they were really taught on how to budget themselves. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
And then that's how you got to figure out, is this person gonna be able to change, or are they gonna stay the same person? And now you know you may have a headache in the future. So you got to guess, like, is this something I'm willing to deal with? Do I want to potentially, you know, down the line if things get serious? Like, I'm not saying not to date the person and get to know them even more, but you're still gathering information. That's the whole dating process. Gather the information. You want to check, see the red flags. He does this. Oh, he gets really angry when I bring up this little stuff. I don't want to be around that. I'll leave. I've seen this before, or whatever. That's the whole thing. You're checking. Oh, green flag. He remembers this and this about me. He knows that I like this perfume. I only said it to him once. You're looking for every
All
bit
right.
of information you could get.
I get that. I understand that, but I feel you with that. But I'm talking more specifically about finances. Because I don't think finances should really matter unless you're trying to do things together. Like I don't like the rest of it is all good. That's fine. You want to see if that person is of the street. I get that. You want to see if that person is gonna really is trustworthy or what. I get all that. But I feel like finances isn't really anything that shouldn't matter unless you're trying to do things together. You
Well,
plan on going on a trip, and both of you got to come in half.
I think it matters on your intentions of dating. Some people are like ready to really find a person and settle down and get married, so they want to know that stuff. Some people have been in a marriage and broken up over finances, so when the next one comes up, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna discuss this because he didn't want to discuss that, and look at what we got ourselves into." So,
But
y-
off the rip,
not
and
I'm not saying
I
off the
feel
rip,
like 6 months to a year in the marriage, not even a marriage in a relationship. Within the first 6 months, I'll put it to you this way: within the first 6 months, my finances should not be your concern.
um, maybe I mean you're entitled to believe that.
We're just dating. You're not moving in. I'm not asking you to move in.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys are on the same page and you know what your intentions are, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just dating her now for now, but maybe this will turn into something. Um,
You're dating with a purpose.
that,
And what I'm asking you is dating with a purpose. You're
mhm.
dating with a purpose. But I don't think 6 months is long enough to know if you're my you for you to know my finances.
I think within 6 months, she already has a pretty good gauge, unless you're really trying to hide it. She has a good gauge of what you're making
How?
because she's going to see how you're moving.
I'm the most simplistic person you could possibly meet. You would not guess my salary. Like I
I,
don't feel like money
I
matters.
think, and you're going to talk about it somehow, you're going to bring up something. I feel like it's going to come up.
I don't see how it could because I'll curb that conversation quick as fuck.
Hmm.
Because I don't think that should matter unless we're trying to do something together.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure you're with me or want me for me. Now, if you start talking money, that means I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how, but you just gotta gauge all that out, like, and hope that you're seeing the signs that
But
they're that type of person.
that's why I asked you like, what's a good place for a first date? You know what I mean? I feel like all that stems into it. Because if you come into a relationship and the first place you take them to is Salt Bay, where you sprinkling fucking salt off your fucking hand,
Hmm.
your elbow, they're gonna expect the higher end of shit all the time.
Yeah, more than especially on the first time. Yeah,
And then they might not even be with you for you. They might just be with you because they think you got money.
that's a possibility, but you got to know what you lead with. That's
But
why.
that's why. So if I take a person to a diner, or if I take you to a coffee shop and I see that you're okay with it and we can still vibe together,
Mhm.
okay, okay, we got something here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good I would say that's a good sign, but that doesn't mean anything. She could just be playing the long game.
She could be playing a long game, but I respect somebody that plays a long game. Because at the end of the day, you're looking at you're trying to find somebody that's
At the end of the day, they're just trying to trick you till they really find out.
but then you could be doing the same shit. That's what I'm saying. You could be doing the same shit, but if you come off the rip and start talking money, nah, get the fuck out of here.
So what you're just saying is off the rip, if somebody comes, that's the sign for you to get rid of them quick. Okay.
If the first thing that one of the first thing they want to talk about is money,
Mhm.
hell yeah.
I get that's fair. I mean, that's a red flag for you. I would say
You don't consider that a red flag?
I would say for me, yeah, because that's not the type of girl that I want. But I'm not saying I think that works for some people. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that works for anybody.
Uh,
Because I know a dude that's a millionaire.
mhm.
And if you look at the dude, he'll walk around with a hole in his shirt.
But what I'm saying is some men they want that. They want that girl that's just gonna be arm candy and he knows he's gonna provide for her and he can go and do whatever he wants because he's providing for her. Like some dudes want that. It all depends on what you want. If that works for you or not. Some dudes, you see those relationships. Oh, he's just with her for the money. He know.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait till we have a female co-host,
She
female
she's
guest up here to answer this because that's crazy because and we none of us can answer this because we're not female. But you think any female would be okay with just being somebody's arm candy?
absolutely, undeniably. You see them every day. You see you see girls with dudes who they don't like in Dubai, but he's taking care of them. So she knows what the deal is. He knows what the
And
deal is.
you think a female and a woman would be happy with that?
In their universe, they may feel that they're happy. They might actually be happy. I don't know. You'd have to ask one of them, but
Ladies,
we see it every day. So
ladies,
I at least I've seen it.
please let us know what you think because that to me is wild. Why would I,
So you're saying there's women who don't date rich men just because they love the lifestyle?
no, I feel like that's the case, but they're not really happy. They're out there getting their shenanigans with somebody else.
I think they're happy if they're
Oh
doing that
hell
and not
no.
getting caught.
Oh, you
They
mean they're out there doing their shenanigans?
they're happy in their life doing what they do.
So you think? I don't think so, man. If any females with some dude just for money, they not happy.
you
You
said
can't tell me they happy.
you said she's getting the money and she has a side dude who she probably actually likes or likes being around. In the moment, she feels like she happy.
All right, so homeboy find out and tell you gotta cut him off.
Well, that's the chance that she took. But in that moment, she was having her cake and eating it too.
I don't think any female will be okay with that.
You got your mind.
I don't think though.
You got your mind.
If they any woman, okay, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong because
How are you thinking about it? Maybe we're not seeing eye to eye on something here.
I know me as a man. There's no way in hell I'm gonna go sit there and be with the woman just because she can provide for me.
Yeah, but that's because of you and your morals. People have different morals.
Oh, so you saying these chicks out here got no morals?
No, I'm saying they have a different set of
Oh, come on, just
morals.
say it. Just say it. You
Uh,
think they got no morals,
I'm saying
man?
their moral values is
Is
different
is
from
low.
mine.
Is low. Just say it. It's
Mm.
called Let's Be Real, man. Let's be real now,
Do I think they're more? I What I would say is I don't believe
ladies.
for
You can see it.
what I would say
You can see it,
is
ladies.
for me that would be low. If I was rich and some girl was just doing that to me, then yeah, that I would consider that low. But some guys are know what that's doing and they're happy with it and they think that's fine. They think back in the day, different type of relationships, like let's say like back in the day there would be like a king with a bunch of girls and he gets to do whatever he wants. He has that one main wife. So they feel like why can't I do that? There's queens, powerful queens that had whatever men that they want and he provide. This has been going on since oldest time. So a girl gets with a guy just because he's super rich and he can do whatever he wants. She can buy she can buy whatever she wants. This is not new. Come on, man.
Yeah, but in that case, it's not more of like a monarchy. I mean, I guess you could say they still have that, but that's just like certain type of religions. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I think girls wanted to be in that position.
Hmm.
Some of them may or may not have been happy to do it. Some may be doing it just to save their family. Some may be doing it just because I don't want to live this life I'm living anymore, where
They don't want to be that
I
live in
gotta
that
have
broke
bread and
mentality.
cheese every night for bread. Well, let me go
Bread,
cozy
butter
up
and
next
cheese
to
is
this dude
amazing, man. What you talking about?
in this mink this mink coat over here.
I mean, maybe I'm just not thinking about it the right, or maybe I'm thinking about it too harshly. But I don't think anybody will be happy in that type of relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could go either way. I think some people would not be happy in it and still do it, and some people would be happy because that's what they believe life is for them. So they would feel like they won the jackpot. Look at all these girls trying to get this guy, and I won, and I get all the stuff too. Some people are materialistic. Let's not act like and and that won't make them happy being materialistic.
I mean, that is true. Well, that's true, but I feel like if you're a female that runs for that rich and flashy, and that's not really what you want or necessarily what you should want. I forgot what the hell was the name of that movie, man. Where the black lady left her.
Don't ask me about movies 'cause
It was a movie, but it taught you, like, it made you really really think. Like, she left something that was constant,
mhm,
something that was someone that was always there. Wasn't the richest. Didn't give her the lavish lifestyle for somebody that was rich and famous, and he was whooping her ass.
mm,
And she stayed because he was providing and he was bringing her in private jets.
mhm,
And then you know what he also gave her? Gave her some AIDS.
mm.
And at the end of the
Well,
day, you know who was taking care of her at the end of it?
that took a turn real fast. But I mean that's just one scenario. There for every girl that's like that, there's a girl that's with the guy that's not getting her ass whooped and who he's treating her like gold. So, you know, there's a
But
side to everything. You can go on the deepest and the darkest path, but you can also go down a path where that's not happening. Nothing like that is happening.
you think a woman is gonna go into it, and that's why I asked you the question: like, money really matter early in the relationship? Because I feel that if you're going into it for the looking for the money, you're not gonna find the right thing.
Oh,
Are there those off chances where you have somebody that does have money and are willing to take care of you and all that? I just I don't know.
well, once again, you're going off of your morality, which is fine. That's what you believe. You don't believe that's right, and there's no one saying that's wrong.
So
But
you'll be okay with someone coming out of the jail?
I didn't say that. I said you don't believe that that's wrong, but she may believe that is right, and her moral compass may tell her that's fine. You're just two different people with two different thoughts, and you're just saying you're right. It's kind of like religion again. You believe your religion is right, and you believe her religion is wrong. Just let her live and be happy. Let her do her thing as long as she's not harming nothing. And if he knows about it, then hey, y'all be happy together doing what y'all do.
First date, right?
Mhm.
Shorty come out and says, "Well, how much do you make?" You answering that question,
I'm gonna be like, well, why do you want to know?
and she hits you and says, "Well, I know where I'm trying to be in life, and I want to see if you're going to be a waste of my time."
Well, if I take her seriously, I'd be like, all right, we gotta tell each other what we gotta make
I'll get the
then.
fuck out of here.
If I'm taking you
I'll
serious,
get the first date.
I mean, I think it depends on where I'm at in life. Right now in life, I'd probably be turned off by that. But I could see an age where people are and they just want to know up front, like cut the bullshit. Like, these are the stuff that are important to me. Is that important to you too? Oh, you want to know how much I make too? It might work for some people. For me, yeah, it would probably turn me off. Like, it would definitely put me on alert. Like, uh, let me just keep that in my back pocket just in case.
So when you say where you are in life, does that mean like you're on your back nine?
Yeah, you could be maybe you're in your 50s or your 60s and you meet somebody and you're like, all right, that, we're both mature, you know, we may or not be retiring soon. Um,
All right, now I could get that because you're at the later part of life. You're not really. But I'm talking about us in the right now. Your early 30s.
Me, I don't want to hear that question right away. I don't know,
When would you be
honestly.
okay with the question?
Hold on, because I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that really. I think they try to gauge though, for sure,
They try to gauge. How you think they're trying to gauge?
on everything you do, how you dress, how much you spend, what you drive, how much you treat them.
Hmm.
I mean, it could be wrong, but if you're like you said, if like you said, if you could bring them on the first date, and you bring them somewhere lavish, they're gonna expect lavish things because they think you got it. So they're definitely watching.
So, all right, let's put this on a more local level. You and I.
Mhm.
The car you drive doesn't depict the kind of person, the kind of money you have.
No, I don't believe that. I think it depends, but it's not necessarily.
Because all right, for me, knowing you and you know me, where we are, we can drive better vehicles if we really wanted to.
Mhm.
But that stuff doesn't matter to us.
Correct.
So I don't think that's a great depiction of how someone could view us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I feel as if like some of that stuff, if you're more materialistic, then you're just not. We're not gonna work, and I don't. That's why I feel like 6 months is way too soon because you're not gonna really see the full side of me in 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, I think for our age, probably not. Most people are gonna, try to gauge each other, but you're not gonna know some unless you're like really completely open. You're not gonna know somebody fully in that amount of time. And there's a lot of situations and different types of pressure you don't see that person under. How that person is when they're grieving, how they are when they're happy, how they are, you know, when different things are going on in their lives. So I don't know. I mean, all I'm saying is the people who are really leading with that, they know who they need to look for.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I feel as if social media has really distorted the way women look at men.
And vice versa, the way men look at women.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love me some women. Love
Uh,
you, babe.
but yeah, I mean, I think that goes both ways, though. Um,
I I guess it's just one. I guess it's just one of those things where we just grew up in a time where morals and what's real mattered more than you know. I don't even know.
I don't know if that. I mean, I think it's gotten definitely bigger with social media and people watching other people every day and seeing, oh, he got this and she got that. I want that. So it's gotten more exposed and it's more visible. But I feel like that's always gone on in some capacity at some point in history. Just got to know who you're looking for
I don't know, man.
and be vigilant.
I would love for the our listeners to sit here and tell us, go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and let us know, like, what do you think a first type of a first date should be? What's a not even a perfect, but what's a good first place, a good date for first place? What the hell did I just say? Don't listen. What's a good place to take someone on the first date? What's a place that you women would be okay with, and men, what do you think as well? Because I don't know. I just feel as if you're judging someone from a first date, then you're a little you're a little more vain than you should be.
Hmm. I think Yeah, that probably means they are a little more vain. But are you okay? You don't think vain people end up happy in life at all?
Hell fucking no.
No. We're gonna once again have to agree to disagree, but we could say that for another time.
Hit that like button, hit that share button, and let us know because I don't think anybody that's vain can truly be happy in life.
Hmm. I think in their world they can be happy. I don't think that's true happiness. It's not what I would consider happiness, but everybody's different again. Like we said from all of our conversations, everybody has something different. So I maybe just because I can't see something from somebody else's view doesn't mean it's not an actual thing. I'm not the type to judge.
You're
Just
fucking crazy.
just be happy.
You're crazy. You're crazy. There's no way in hell, man. I just
Just do what makes you happy. It may not work for me, but do what makes you happy.
I don't think that shit can make anybody happy.
Hey, we gotta ask some people. Maybe there's some people out there who are in a similar situation. Give
Let us
us,
know.
yeah, give us a. I was gonna say give us a call, but
I mean, you can't call. I might
but
not answer.
but something simpler. Just write in the comments. Let us know. Give us
Shoot
some
us a
feedback.
message. Let us know what you think. You know, it's called Let's Be Real, and we want to be as real as we can be. So, that's another episode of the Let's Be Real podcast. You're here with your boy F and Dell, and we really, really, really appreciate our supporters, and we really want to know what you guys think. So please go ahead, hit that like button, hit that share button, and please, 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 this is the most important part. Comment and let us know what you think.
Yes, that would be greatly appreciated. I want to thank you guys. You guys have a good rest of the week.
Take care.